Hi everyone, and welcome back to Read and Learn English. Today, I want to talk about something really important. Can you speak English fluently in just 5 months? The answer is yes, you absolutely can. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it, step by step. By the end of this lesson, you'll understand what fluency really means, how to reach it, and how to make the best use of your time and practice. I'll also share some common myths about learning languages and explain the most effective methods to help you succeed. First, let's think about what fluency really is. Many people believe that being fluent means speaking a language perfectly, like a native speaker. But that's not true. Fluency doesn't mean perfection. It means you can speak and understand English easily and naturally, without too much hesitation. Imagine a river flowing smoothly. That's what fluency feels like. You don't need to stop and think too much before speaking. Your words come out naturally, and you feel comfortable expressing your thoughts. Fluency means smooth communication. It means you can speak with confidence, even if you make a few grammar mistakes. You don't need to know every word in the dictionary. What matters is that you can talk about everyday topics, like what you did today, how to get somewhere, or what your hobbies are. Even native English speakers make mistakes sometimes, so don't worry about being perfect. The most important thing is being able to understand others and share your ideas clearly. Now let's talk about how you can become fluent in just 5 months. You might think that's impossible, but it's definitely possible if you have the right mindset and method. The truth is, how fast you learn doesn't depend only on time. It depends on how well you use your time. Someone who practices English for 2 hours every day will improve much faster than someone who only studies once a week. So it's not just about how long you study, it's about the quality and consistency of your practice. To reach fluency in 5 months, you'll need to spend a good amount of time learning and practicing English. A general rule is about 600 hours of focused, effective practice. That might sound like a lot, but let's break it down. If you divide 600 hours over 5 months, that's about 20 hours per week, or around 4 hours each day. If you can stay consistent and follow a good routine, you'll be amazed at how much progress you can make. So yes, fluency in 5 months is possible, but it requires your full attention, your energy, and a smart approach. Keep watching, stay motivated, and remember, progress is always possible when you stay focused and believe in yourself. Let's keep going together on this journey to English fluency. If you're serious about learning English quickly, you need to commit to practicing every single day. You might be thinking that studying for 3 or 4 hours a day sounds like too much, but don't worry. It doesn't mean you have to sit at a desk for hours doing grammar exercises. In fact, that would be a mistake. The best way to study is to break your practice into smaller sessions throughout the day. For example, you could start your morning by listening to an English podcast while having breakfast. At lunchtime, spend about 30 minutes reviewing vocabulary or reading an article in English. In the evening, you might watch a 45-minute English show or YouTube video, focusing on the conversations and trying to understand the dialogue. Then, spend another 45 minutes practicing speaking. You can repeat phrases, talk to yourself, or have conversations with a friend or an online language partner. When you divide your study time like this, it becomes easier to manage and fits better into your daily life. Now let's talk about how to use your time well. Yes, the number of hours you spend learning matters, but what's even more important is the quality of those hours. You could listen to English for 5 hours without really paying attention, or you could have one focused, active hour where you truly engage with the language. That 1 hour of focused practice will help you improve much faster. So how do you make your study time high quality? First, always pay close attention. Don't just listen, try to understand. Listen carefully, notice how sentences are built, and repeat useful phrases out loud. This kind of active listening trains both your brain and your mouth. Another important point is to choose the right material. The content you study should be challenging, but not too hard. If you watch a show or read something and understand only 10% of it, it's too advanced. You'll feel confused and frustrated. Instead, aim for about 80% understanding. This level is perfect for learning. It pushes you to grow, but still lets you enjoy the content and keep going. This is called comprehensible input, and it's one of the most powerful tools for language learning. Also, you must practice speaking if you really want to become fluent. Listening and reading are great, but they aren't enough. Speaking helps you build confidence, improve pronunciation, and create muscle memory for natural conversation. Try to speak out loud every day. You can talk to yourself, read sentences aloud, or speak with a language partner or tutor. The more you speak, the easier it becomes. Finally, don't forget to enjoy the process. The more fun you have, the faster you'll learn. Pick topics you like, watch movies you enjoy in English, listen to music you love, or read about your favorite hobbies. When you care about what you're learning, it becomes much easier to stay motivated. And remember, you don't need a huge vocabulary to speak English fluently. Many people believe they need to know thousands and thousands of words. That's not true. You only need around 4,000 common words to have normal conversations. In daily life, we talk about everyday things like the weather, food, work, family, and hobbies. So focus on what's useful and practical, and you'll make progress faster than you think. You don't need to know advanced or difficult words like metamorphosis or subatomic to have a normal conversation in English. A smaller, more focused vocabulary is often more useful than trying to memorize thousands of rare words. If you want to speak fluently, especially in just 5 months, start by learning the most common words and phrases used in everyday conversations. These are the words that help you express yourself right away. Once you're comfortable with the basics, you can slowly add more words over time. But at the beginning, your goal should be simple. Learn the words that help you speak, listen, and understand in real-life situations. One of the most powerful tools for learning English is listening. When you listen to English, you're not only learning new words, you're training your ear to hear the natural rhythm, tone, and speed of the language. This is essential for fluency. Listening helps you understand how real English sounds in everyday life. Try to spend as much time as you can listening to English every day. You can listen to podcasts, audiobooks, YouTube videos, TV shows, movies, or even music with lyrics. The more you listen, the more familiar you'll become with how native speakers connect their words, and this will help you speak more naturally too. But listening alone isn't enough. You need to listen actively. That means paying close attention to pronunciation, sentence structure, and how speakers express themselves in different situations. Don't just let the sounds play in the background. Focus, repeat what you hear, and try to understand how the language works. When it comes to speaking, confidence is everything. One of the biggest reasons people don't become fluent is because they're afraid to make mistakes. They don't want to sound silly or say the wrong thing, so they stay quiet. But here's the truth. Mistakes are part of the learning process. The more mistakes you make, the faster you'll improve. Think about how babies learn to speak. They say the wrong words, use the wrong grammar, and mispronounce things all the time. But they don't give up. They keep going, and over time, they become fluent. You need to take the same approach. Don't wait until you feel perfect before you start speaking. Speak even if your grammar isn't perfect or if your pronunciation isn't great. The goal is not to speak like a native speaker. The goal is to communicate. If people can understand you, you're doing great. To build confidence, start speaking in low-pressure situations. Talk to yourself in English at home, practice with a friend, or use a language app to speak with people from around the world. The more you speak, the more natural it will feel. And finally, remember that repetition is the key to success. Learning English is a lot like training for a sport. If you want to become a great athlete, you have to practice regularly and with focus. Athletes don't learn a skill once and move on. They repeat it over and over until it becomes automatic. You should do the same with English. Repeat new words, sentences, and phrases many times until they feel natural to say. Practice consistently, keep pushing yourself, and over time, English will become a natural part of your everyday life. This technique is called spaced repetition, and it's one of the most effective ways to help your brain remember new information. The idea is simple. By reviewing what you've learned at regular intervals, you move knowledge from short-term to long-term memory. To use repetition in your daily English practice, start by reviewing vocabulary every day. Look at the words and phrases you learned the day before. You can use flashcard apps like Anki or Quizlet, or simply write the words in a notebook and go over them several times a day. Repeating them regularly helps your brain remember them more easily. Another great way to lock in new vocabulary is to use it in sentences right away. As soon as you learn a new word, try making sentences with it. Use the word in different ways throughout the day. For example, if you learn the word opportunity, you might say, "This is a great opportunity to learn English," or "I had the opportunity to meet new people today," or "There's an opportunity to practice English in this conversation." Using new words actively helps you remember them better and teaches you how to use them correctly in real situations. Also, don't just think the sentences. Say them out loud. Speaking the words helps you get used to hearing your own voice in English, and it builds confidence. The more you speak, the more natural and comfortable it will feel. Practice talking to yourself, reading out loud, or repeating sentences from videos and podcasts. This simple habit will train your mouth and brain to work together in English. It's also important to revisit old lessons. As you continue learning, go back and review what you've already studied. Language learning isn't a straight path. You don't just learn something once and then move on forever. You need to see and use material multiple times before it becomes part of your active knowledge. Don't think of repetition as boring. Think of it as training. Every time you repeat a word, phrase, or sentence, you're helping your brain absorb it more deeply so that it's ready when you need it. To make even faster progress, immerse yourself in English as much as possible. Immersion means surrounding yourself with English so your brain stays engaged with the language throughout the day. You don't need to move to an English-speaking country to do this. You can create an English-rich environment wherever you are. One easy step is to change your phone, computer, and apps to English. This small change will expose you to English all day long and help you learn naturally without even realizing it. Another powerful habit is watching TV shows and movies in English. Start with subtitles in your native language if you need them, then switch to English subtitles, and eventually try watching with no subtitles at all. Pay close attention to how people speak and repeat some of their sentences out loud. This helps you learn the rhythm, pronunciation, and expressions used by native speakers. Listening to English podcasts or audiobooks is another great way to immerse yourself. Pick topics that you enjoy, whether it's storytelling, news, comedy, or education, so you stay motivated. You can listen while walking, cooking, cleaning, or riding the bus. These little moments throughout your day can add up to hours of extra practice without needing extra study time. Finally, create English-only zones in your day. Choose certain times or places, like your morning routine, your bedroom, or your lunch break, where you only use English. In these zones, speak, listen, read, and think in English. This kind of routine helps train your brain to switch into English mode naturally and will make fluency come much faster. For example, when you're in the kitchen, try to think and speak in English about what you're doing. You might say, "I'm making a sandwich," or "I need to buy some apples." These small sentences help you practice real-life English in everyday situations. When you're relaxing in the living room, read a book in English or watch a video in English. In the morning, you can listen to an English news update or review your vocabulary for the day. These little changes may seem small, but over time, they build a strong habit and make you feel more confident and natural using English in your daily life. Another powerful way to improve your English is by finding a community of English speakers. Even if you don't live in an English-speaking country, there are many ways to connect with people who can help you practice. You can join online language exchanges through websites like italki, HelloTalk, or Tandem. These platforms connect you with native English speakers who are also learning your language, so you can help each other. You can chat through text, send voice messages, or even set up video calls. It's a fun and friendly way to practice real conversation. If you prefer meeting people in person, try attending local English meetups. In many cities, there are English-speaking groups or clubs where people gather to practice. You can find these events on websites like meetup.com. It's a great opportunity to speak with others, share experiences, and improve together. Social media is another great place to find English learners and speakers. You can join Facebook groups, Reddit threads, or follow Instagram pages focused on learning English. These communities are full of people who share your goals and can offer support, tips, and encouragement. Practicing English in real-life situations is one of the best ways to grow. The more you speak with others, the easier it becomes to think quickly and respond in English. You'll gain confidence and learn to express your ideas clearly. To become fluent in 5 months, it's important to take a balanced approach by focusing on the 4 key language skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Each skill helps the others, and together they create strong overall fluency. Listening is essential because it trains your brain to understand how English sounds. You learn pronunciation, sentence structure, and common expressions by hearing them used naturally. To practice, listen to English every day. Try podcasts, audiobooks, YouTube videos, or TV shows. Don't just listen passively. Pause the audio and repeat what you hear. Try to copy the speaker's pronunciation, rhythm, and tone. This method is called active listening, and it's a great way to improve. You can also use a powerful technique called shadowing. Choose a short audio clip spoken by a native English speaker. Listen to it and repeat what they say, just a few seconds behind. Try to match their speed, tone, and accent. This will help improve both your listening and speaking skills at the same time. Speaking is the most direct way to build fluency. The more you speak, the more natural English will feel. Try to speak every day, even if you're only talking to yourself. Narrate your daily activities, describe what you're doing, or talk about your plans out loud. Practicing like this helps you become more comfortable forming sentences quickly, and the more you do it, the easier it gets. To improve faster, it's a great idea to find a language partner or tutor to practice conversation regularly. If you can't meet someone in person, try using online platforms like italki, Cambly, or Preply. These services connect you with English tutors and speakers from around the world. Another helpful technique is to record yourself speaking. Later, you can listen to the recording and check for mistakes in pronunciation or grammar. It also helps you see how much progress you're making, which can be very motivating. Reading is also an important skill to build. When you read, you learn new words and see how grammar and sentence structures work. Reading also introduces you to more advanced ideas and topics in English. To start, choose reading materials that match your current level. If you're a beginner, try children's books or simple news stories. As you improve, you can move on to novels, blogs, or professional articles. Reading out loud is even better. It helps with both understanding and speaking. You'll practice pronunciation, build fluency, and get more comfortable using English. Keep a small notebook for vocabulary. When you come across new words, write them down with a short definition and an example sentence. Review these words often to help them stay in your memory. Writing is another key skill. It helps you organize your thoughts, learn grammar better, and grow your vocabulary. Writing is useful in real life too, for emails, messages, and social media posts. A good way to start is by keeping a daily journal in English. Write about your day, your feelings, or your goals. It doesn't have to be long. Just write a little every day. You can also practice writing short emails or text messages to friends who are learning English. Joining online forums or social media groups is another great idea. On platforms like Reddit, you can chat with other learners and share your thoughts in English. If you can, ask a tutor or language partner to read your writing and give you advice. Feedback is very helpful for improving your writing skills. To become fluent in 5 months, you need to build all 4 skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Each one supports the others and helps you become a confident English speaker. The secret to success is consistency. That means practicing English every day, even if it's just for a short time. Creating a learning schedule can help you stay on track and build good habits. Here's an example of a balanced daily schedule that uses about 3 to 4 hours per day. In the morning, spend 1 hour listening to a podcast or audiobook while having breakfast. Then, review 10 to 20 new vocabulary words using flashcards or a language app. Around lunchtime, take 30 minutes to read a short blog or news article in English. Try to say a short summary out loud. In the afternoon, use 45 minutes to speak with a language partner or tutor. Talk about simple topics, like your weekend plans or something you did yesterday. In the evening, watch a TV show or movie in English for another 45 minutes. Pay attention to how people speak and try repeating some of their phrases. Following a routine like this helps you improve all areas of English while keeping your learning time structured and effective. But remember, it's not just about the number of hours you study. What matters most is how regularly and how well you practice. Focus on daily learning, use quality resources, and keep practicing all 4 skills, and you'll get closer to fluency every day. How to stay motivated while learning English in 5 months. Learning English in just 5 months is a big goal. It takes hard work, focus, and most of all, motivation. But the truth is, some days will be harder than others. You might feel tired, frustrated, or like you're not making progress. That's completely normal. The key is to stay motivated through the ups and downs. Here's how you can do that. 1. Set small, clear goals. Instead of only thinking about the big goal, fluency, break it down into smaller steps. For example, aim to learn 10 new words each day, or plan 1 speaking session with a tutor every week. Small goals are easier to reach and give you a sense of achievement. Every time you hit a milestone, celebrate it. These little wins will keep you moving forward. 2. Track your progress. Keep a simple learning journal. Write down what you study each day, new words, grammar rules, or conversations you've had. Also, write how you feel about your progress. On tough days, looking back at how far you've come can boost your motivation. You'll see proof that you're improving, even if it doesn't always feel that way. 3. Use positive rewards. Give yourself a reward when you reach a goal. It can be something small, your favorite snack, a relaxing walk, or watching a movie in English you've been excited about. Rewards make your brain associate learning with pleasure. That keeps your motivation strong. 4. Connect with other learners. Learning alone can feel isolating. Try joining a study group, taking part in an online language exchange, or finding a learning buddy. Share your goals, struggles, and successes. Talking with others on the same journey makes you feel supported, and it keeps you accountable. 5. Remember your why. Whenever you feel unmotivated, think about why you started learning English. Is it for a better job, travel, making international friends? Remind yourself of your purpose every day. Your why is your fuel. It will carry you through tough moments when motivation fades. You can do it. Stay consistent and believe in yourself. fluency in English is not just a dream, it's within your reach. With daily practice, smart learning strategies, and a positive mindset, you can become fluent in 5 months. But remember, fluency isn't just about grammar rules or memorizing thousands of words. It's about being able to express yourself, connect with others, and understand the world in a new language. Stick to your plan. Practice every single day, even for a short time. Engage with English in different ways: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. The more you surround yourself with the language, the more natural it will feel. Yes, there will be challenges, but each new word you learn, each sentence you write, and each conversation you have brings you one step closer to fluency. As you approach the 5-month mark, you'll start to think in English, speak with confidence, and understand so much more than you imagined. That's the real reward, not just fluency, but the power to express yourself, understand other cultures, and connect with people from around the world. In the end, learning English is not only about reaching a final goal, it's also about enjoying the small victories. Every time you understand a sentence, speak to someone new, or watch a show without subtitles. So stay positive, keep going, and most importantly, believe in yourself. You've got this. Good luck on your journey to English fluency.